Hello everyone, and welcome back to Northwest Texas for another Farming Simulator 17 video. If you remember last episode, we went ahead and harvested the corn on field 29, and we went ahead and seeded field 28. So we are currently driving the big butt over to field 29, where we are going to seed that field and probably soybeans as well. I have installed the GPS mod, so we are going to take a look at that today. And we may also go ahead and sell corn. It depends on how much we need money. So, like I said, we have the Big Blood 16 V747 with the Seed Hawk air seeder, making our way over to field 29, which is right there. And we are going to try the GPS mod just to save money, not on hiring a worker. And I do apologize for the lack of videos in the last week, I believe. I've just been really busy and I haven't had time to record, so I do apologize for that. Trying to find where our harvester is so we don't run into it. So we'll go ahead and start unfolding the seeder. We are going to be seeding it in soybeans again, just like field 28, I think it was, where we just came from. So to use the GPS mod, to open the GPS module, you push left control and the numpad 0 key. And then to open the actual control panel, you push control and then the numpad period. And then that brings up the control panel. So then you want to set your working width, so you go to working width, and if you set auto, it'll automatically adjust to the width of the implement you're using. And if you can see that blue line ahead of me, that's an offset, and we don't want an offset. So to fix that, we go to offset and click reset offset, and that takes that blue line away. Now as you can see, the GPS lines are currently outside of the field, so to fix that, we go to where it says course set, and we shift the course left until that line is almost in the field. I'm going to set it outside just a little bit for this first pass. So GPS does have steering assist, so once we start seeding, we will push Control W and the tractor will steer itself. So you have, this is auto turn, that makes it turn right, that makes it turn left. I don't know what that does, I haven't figured it out yet. And that's just the offset. So we'll go ahead and fire up the seeder, lower it to the ground, push Control W, and that does the steering assist, and then we just accelerate and the GPS will do everything else for us, as you can see here. So we are going to go along the field and seed it in soybeans. So the GPS mod I find very useful if you don't want to hire a worker but yet you're looking to seed yourself, because I found that it is really hard to drive in a perfectly straight line. So I think when we turn around next time, we'll go ahead and try driving it ourselves just to see the difference that the GPS makes. I have thought about buying a second seeding rig so that we can seed the fields quicker. Although this has such a large working width, I really don't need to, because it can cover the same area that the two combine harvesters can. Except this machine can do it in one pass, whereas it takes the combine harvester 2 passes. So we'll go in the cab so you can hear me better. Field 20 is also currently growing in corn, except I don't know if I'm going to harvest the corn. I am thinking about making it silage, so we would lease a forage harvester, because silage is worth more money in this game than corn is. So I think that'd be the more logical thing to do, especially since we need money right now. So in a minute you're going to hear the GPS buzz, and that means we are getting close to the end of the field. There it was right there. So once this seeder gets, so right about now, we go ahead and click Control and turn left, and the tractor will automatically turn around and line up for the next pass. Well, that farmer's not going to be happy. I just cultivated some of his field for him. Sorry, I didn't do anything. So now that we are back in the field, I am debating we're going to shift the course over a little bit. I think I might have gone a little too far, so that it's not missing as much, or we're not wasting as much of the working width. So I am using the Logitech G27 steering wheel, so I am floored. Unless I use cruise control, I'll have to stay floored because I have the pedal all the way, pressed all the way. This does not have automatic throttle on it, the GPS, so we have to run the throttle ourselves, which is fine. So this is seeding in soybeans as well as fertilizing. And I have, if you remember the beginning of the series, I have set fertilizer state to 1 right now. Just because we are tight on money, we really don't have a lot of fertilizer money right now. But once we get more money, I do plan to go ahead and bump it up to 3 fertilizer states. So there's our truck over there with our corn. I think we still have a little bit of corn in the Big Bud 450. So once we finish seeding this, we will unload the Big Bud with the auger wagon into the semi-truck. So here we are at the end of the field again. So this time, instead of turning left, we will turn right. I wonder why it missed that little spot. I'm going to shift it over a little bit more, just to prevent that from happening again. I'll go back once we finish seeding. See, we are already about halfway done with this field, so this seeder was really worth it because you can seed really fast. That's why, because when it turns around, it goes that way. Interesting. No, wrong way. I wonder why it's doing that. Interesting. No, wrong way again. When you're looking at it backwards, everything's opposite of what you would think, so that's why I was having so much trouble with it. I'm just going to set cruise control. I'm going to go back in the cab so you can hear me better. This map has been working out really well for us, and I would like in the next, hopefully one of the next few episodes, I would like to go ahead and try a time lapse, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. I still need to find a video editor for that. So I would like to try time lapse eventually. My ideal field for a time lapse would be when we are harvesting did I just say? When we are doing silage on field 20, because I think when you're doing silage, the trailers fill up really fast, so you end up having to go back and forth a lot. We'll just go fix that stuff later. So we'll turn left. So I would like to maybe try a time lapse on that if I can find a video editor by then. So there's where we left off last time. Next pass, we are going to have to go ahead and move that forward so that we can turn around, unless I go ahead and just cut 2 headlands real fast by driving it myself. So I say I have about 4 more passes in this field, and then we're already done seeding. This is an amazing map. It just reminds me of, I don't know what it reminds me of, really. So it is a really wide open map, and that's one of the things I like about it, and the fields are big, so it's really the perfect map for the Big Bud DLC, since all the tools are so massive. Like this one has, I think, has a 25.6 meter working width, which I think converts to 84 feet, I believe. So it is an enormous machine. It would cause a lot of issues maneuverability wise on a map like Thornton Farm or Deere Italica, just because the roads are so narrow. You wouldn't really have enough room to make wide enough turns. And even on American Outback in the farmyard, maneuvering this around, just due to the width and the length, in the main yard it was near impossible. So what I found I had to do, and I played American Outback off screen in a non-let's play. So what I have to do is I have to unhook the seed cart. Please don't hit the truck. It won't. I have enough room. So I'd have to unhook the seed cart and park the toolbar and the cart separately. And when I wanted to get it out, I would have to do it separately also. So that was very time consuming. What I think I'm going to do is just make a pass perpendicular to the way we're going, and it should go ahead and cover up all the little patches that we're missing. because I don't think the little area that's missing will be too wide for this to cover. So that's what I'll go ahead and do on both ends. I'll just make one pass perpendicular to what we're doing right now, and that'll go ahead and get all that, hopefully. I still want to know why it's seeding so far outside the lines. Is this working with? Oh no. I want to reset the offset. I haven't used this mod for a while, so that explains all the issues I'm causing. Sorry for that. So we are going to have to go ahead and move these machines up here. So once you get close to the end, we'll go ahead and just let the tractor idle, so we don't have to shut it down. Because when... I'm not even going to get into that, never mind. So we'll just go ahead and... So if you're wondering... Well, it hasn't done that for a while. So go ahead and just stop here. If you're wondering what the green line is on the GPS, that is the line that the tractor's following. So if that green line moves over... I love the sound of this combine. That's why I stopped talking and wanted to hear it. So, for the third time I've tried to say this, because I keep distracting myself, if the green line moves over, or if you have an offset, I believe that means that instead of following the green line, the machine will follow the blue line. Just look at that tractor. That is awesome. Just that setup. That tractor, the 747, in and of itself is amazing. So we'll go ahead and start that back up. Turn steering assist back on. Or did I just turn it off? I think I have it turned on. Yeah, it's turned on. And then cruise control. And then get our mouse over to the controls. Turn around. Yeah, I think we have 2 or 3 more passes after we go ahead and do this one. That'd be fun to try to take this tractor mudding in over there. That mud river. That would be fun. Would it go over well? Probably not. But it's really tempting to try it. Either that or take the 450 there, because that one would be a little easier to get out. Just get a tow bar, hook it to the semi. Do I have a back attacher on that semi? No, I can't remember. And just hook it to the semi and pull it out. Or even better yet, hook it to this beast. With an 1100 horsepower engine. I'd pull it out, no problem. I think it'd be interesting to do a... I'm going to have to go back and get that, aren't I? Probably go ahead and do that real quick, so I don't forget where it is. Steering assist off. Turn around. It's gonna make the GPS go all crazy. Come get this right here. And then go back to where we were before. Down this line. Try to get it as close as possible. Turn steering assist back on. Cruise control, lower the toolbar. So steering assist, it doesn't matter what position your steering wheel is in, because mine is actually, if we didn't have steering assist, it would be turning the tractor to the left, but it overrides that to an extent. So if I were to turn my steering wheel and straighten it in small increments, it wouldn't make a difference. But if I were to take it and turn it 180 degrees, that would cancel out steering assist. So when you have steering assist on, whether you have a steering wheel or a gamepad, or you're using your keyboard, you don't really, on a keyboard you won't want to push it at all, because you can't make small movements with it. You would want to either not touch it or make really small movements, because if you make too big of a movement, like I just said, you will mess it up. But I really didn't know what the GPS mod was until I watched other YouTubers using it, and I thought it'd be good to try because it saves you from hiring a worker. And really all you have to pay attention for is the buzzing to tell you when you're at the end of the field. So, and you have to make sure there's no machines in the way, because like right now, I'm really not paying attention to it. I just listen for the buzzing. So that's another thing. I can look around if I want to, and not have to worry about making a big mess out of the field because I have the GPS driving it for me. So I do highly recommend this mod. I think it came from Mod Hoster, but I'll have to look, and I'll put the link for that in the description below. So this is just barely going to miss another row, isn't it? Oh, maybe it won't. If I try to utilize the maximum width, I think that's a little wide. No, I just messed that up again. Well, now I am going to have to make another pass because I just messed that up. Oh, I hope I didn't just cancel it out. I didn't hear it. Like I just accidentally, not thinking, straightened out my steering. Oh, that has an offset on it. So right now it's following, I think, the blue line. So we turn the offset off. Oh no. I have a feeling I'm about to end up in that mud river that I thought it'd be fun to go play in. Oh, I'm just barely going to miss it. So if you just saw, I had accidentally clicked the offset, I believe. So when we went in the cab, we could see that the tractor, well, this might get it all in one, that the tractor was following the blue line instead of the green line. This may actually get it all in one. No, it's not. I'm just going to have one little strip on the side. So, going to cancel that again. Go back and get this before I forget where it is also. That's one thing about the GPS mod also. It's not always 100% accurate, so there will be times like now where you have to go back and fix some little mistakes, which isn't too big of a deal because it saves, like I said, having to use a worker. Steering assist on. Lower that. And GPS is going at it again. So it looks like this is going to take the entire video. That's another reason I want to find a video editor, so you guys aren't getting videos that are just one thing. I really don't like doing it like that, but sometimes that's unfortunately what it turns out being. Like, I didn't expect this field to take this long, but it did. So I might make a video a little bit longer than normally, and I might go for 30 to 35 minutes. 35 to 40 minutes is really as long as I like these videos to be, because it gets to a point where they're too big. And then it takes forever to upload, so it won't make my scheduled time for it to go live. So anything longer than 40 minutes, I'll try my best not to do. I am going to, at the time of this recording, I'm going to try to record multiple episodes so that if there are days I'm busy and I don't have time to record an episode, I can just have upload one of the ones I already have recorded. I still would like to get on a daily upload schedule. We are going to move this course really far over. So instead of seeding on grass, we are doing overseeding. We might get more yield. So that way, if I don't have time to record a video, I can just upload one I already have recorded. So I would still like to get on one video a day schedule, sometimes two. Just so that I can have more consistency and you guys won't have to wonder when a new video is going to come out. So I'm probably going to record multiple episodes right now. I'm trying to think what there would be to even do, since that other field isn't ready to be harvested. We may go ahead, if we can find enough money, we may go ahead and start animals. probably going to go ahead and start with pigs because they take... Well, there's also sheep, but sheep require grass, and I don't have a loading wagon. Oh, I don't have straw either, so I can't do pigs. I don't know, I'll have to think about it. So we're almost to the end of this field. Go ahead and cancel steering assist because it will go in a straight line. So go ahead and lift this. Go to the area that we... Ooh, that almost went in the mud river. Go to the area that we missed before, and then go down to the other end and do a pass in the other direction. Try our best not to hit our harvester. That's gonna cut too short, I knew it. It's okay, that's not our header anyway, it's leased. So we'll just go ahead and do this, go down to the other end of the field. Do that little area. Field 20. I don't know what growth state that's even at, so I don't know how many episodes it'll be. I'm hoping in the next 2 episodes I will be able to harvest it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am enjoying making it. So if we come from in the cab, we will see, using the GPS, that the center of the hood of the tractor rides down the middle of that green line. You want to get it centered. There's a little circle on the hood there if you can see it. You want to get that. You want to get the green line centered right in the middle of that. And that should work. Oh yeah, we'll have no problem covering this. So we got that. We are probably going to make a follow-me convoy back to the farm. So we are done now, so we can go ahead and fold that up, close out of the GPS panel, so let that idle. Oh, it's probably shut off now. Take the big bud with the auger wagon down to the semi to unload the rest of this 29,000 liters of corn. I think I read somewhere, this is a Series 4 Big Bud. I think I read somewhere that the Series 4 are the rarest Big Buds, and I think there are only 21 of them made. But I don't know I would go look it up before you tell anyone else, because I don't know if I'm remembering the numbers correctly. But I think I'm 99% positive that the Series 4 were the rarest ones with the least number made, and I think the Series 2 or 3 are the most popular. The Big Bud Tractor Company, if I'm remembering correctly, made a little over 500 tractors. Series 1 being obviously the first one, with I don't know how many being made, but I think it consisted of the HN series. And then there was the Series 2, which I can't remember if the Series 2, it was either the Series 2 or the Series 3 made up just a little more than half of all the tractors Big Bud Company ever produced. And then Series 4 might have been the lowest number. And then I think, now I don't know the truth to this at all, but I think there might have been a Series 5 but Series 5, if anyone ever talks about Big Bud, Series 5 isn't, I don't think, a widely known series, so that's why I don't know how accurate it is. Series 5 consisted, or the suspected Series 5 consisted of... Alright, sorry about that. Back to the Big Buds. I believe the Series 5 consisted of 2 tractors, and if I'm remembering right, they were the Big Bud 740, I think, and they had a Komatsu, I think they had a really big Komatsu diesel, and I think they were special ordered, and I think only 2 of them were made. But I don't know if that counted as part of the Series 4, because some places I see it, the Series 4 and I think a few places I've seen at the Series 5. But there are either 2 or 3 of them made, and I think they were completely custom order for... No, I don't remember who they were for. But... So, the Series 5, if there is in fact a Series 5, would definitely be the rarest series. We are going to be leading the convoy with the 747. Go ahead and get the New Holland. Take it and put it in the lineup. And then we'll go and take this back to the farm and conclude the episode. So this is, I think, the fastest moving combine harvester in the game. So this is going to be in the back, but it is going to be behind the John Deere in front of the truck, so that we don't leave anything behind. No machine left behind. Turn around, put this in the lineup. So that is counting as a leading vehicle. So apparently for follow me to work, you have to have the engine started. Start the bud. Get in the 747. Go get it in the lineup. Over here. We'll drive this one over to the farm. Go ahead and start this. Put the covers over so we don't lose any grain. You can tell this is really heavy. We got 75,000 liters from that fuel. That's not bad at all, considering I think it was significantly smaller than field 28, and we got just over 100,000 liters from that. So now we need to put this in line. Got to see if that's gonna go all crazy when we pull forward, and it doesn't look like it is. Just go ahead and wait for everything to get in line and make sure it's gonna work properly before we... And they're all gonna go crazy now since the 450 went crazy probably. Just go ahead and slowly proceed while they're figuring out that it is apparently easier to drive in curves instead of in a straight line. Wasting my time is what that's called. The truck was smart. It realized it can just drive in a straight line. Oh, I guess it's bumper harvesters now. I'm starting to think I should probably separate those two harvesters before they create a mess much bigger than I want to be dealing with right now. How is that truck going to be able to make that turn? Oh yeah, it's got it. That truck is actually going the slowest out of them right now. The John Deere's having no trouble keeping up. It doesn't look like with the 450, which is surprising. So we're almost back to the farm. The farm is that conglomeration of buildings over there. I think I do want to go ahead and probably start animals next episode, so I'm debating if I should install a buy bales mod. We can just go ahead and buy them a bale of straw for their bedding. The interior on this tractor is really nice. I found 2 more Big Bud mods. One of them is of the 950/50, I believe, which was another custom-built Big Bud for... I think it might have been a farmer down south. But that I don't know. It is being called the second largest tractor in the world below. This tractor obviously has a 950 horsepower, I believe, Caterpillar 3508 diesel. Built by you can look this up on YouTube, and I think on the internet also, if you search Big Bud 950 or second largest tractor. It was again built by Mr. Ron Harmon at Big Equipment Company in Montana. So he apparently holds, where'd those harvesters get to? So he apparently holds the title for as the man who built the biggest and second biggest tractors in the world. He is at Big Equipment. Are they still playing bumper harvesters? With my luck, they probably are. So he, I think, holds... No, I already said that. The Big Equipment Company takes old Big Buds and rebuilds them and refits them with rebuilt engines. So there are actually, considering the small number made, there are actually a good number of them currently for sale by, most of them obviously by Big Equipment. This isn't going to fit in there, is it? Nope, too wide. By Big Equipment and a few other dealers. There's some up for auction, I think. Maybe one or two. The Series 1 Big Buds are my personal favorite. I actually have a scale model of a HN250 sitting right in front of me as I am recording this video. The HN250, I believe, was the first Big Bud that the company produced in, I think, 1969. The one I have is made by Universal Hobbies, and it's 1:16 scale. We'll go ahead and park this one in the shed. They are playing bumper harvesters. Never put those two harvesters side by side, apparently, is the moral of that story. We'll go ahead and turn off follow me for those now. Park the grain cart, put the cover on so no water gets in. Park the Brent in here since we aren't going to be using it for a while. A while. So go ahead and unhook that. We can go ahead and turn the lights off. We'll go ahead and park the 450 in the stall next to it. Turn that follow me off also. This is probably going to be the header storage, just because that seemed like a convenient place to keep the headers. It's a nice wide open area. So we'll go ahead and park the harvester over here since we won't be using it for a while either. 1.7 hours. This is harvested 11 hectares total. No, we'll go ahead and just park the machines over here in this area for right now until I get more. Then the Massey Ferguson has its own nice little cover right there. Go ahead and turn that follow me off as well. Put this corn header here too. I have decided I'm just going to keep these corn headers for the entire series, just because I don't want to keep paying the lease fee whenever I need them. Although I don't plan on doing corn that much, but sunflowers I think require that header also. So go ahead and park this one in here for the time being. We will probably go ahead and sell this next episode. We're just going to keep it in the truck for right now. So we will go park this under cover and conclude the episode. This is a perfect parking spot for this combination also, because it is nice and long and it's out of the way, because I probably won't be using the semi-period much at all. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please comment, rate, subscribe, and like to be notified of future videos. Have a nice day, everybody.